It's the end of March and I'm getting the beds ready for spring planting. I've got the straw coverage off. I always mulch them heavy with straw in the winter. That's been removed, and I've added some coffee grounds to them to freshen them up. I have one bed that was covered with sawdust, and it's still covered with that because I'm just going to dig holes in the sawdust and plant through it. I've installed the tomato cages. These are 6-foot high tomato cages that I built out of cattle panels. There's 5 of them here, and those do a very good job of supporting the tomatoes as they grow, and they're good for about 70-mile-an-hour winds, which is very good. On the side over here I have strawberry beds, which are fire rings that I bought at the local Rural King, and all the rhubarb plants are up and they're starting to grow. We have 6 of them, which is more rhubarb than we could ever use. But somehow they just keep growing here. I don't know how that happened. I have 2 plants back here, which are growing just to be flowers. They're not going to actually be harvested. And of course I still have a greenhouse going. And I've got plants started in here, which will be going out to the bed. The raised bed in here has got spinach still growing in it. That'll be picked this afternoon or tomorrow morning. I have some bok choy growing here, which is almost ready to harvest. And I have some cucumbers coming up down here. In the 5-gallon buckets, I have peppers. That's a bell pepper, and this is a jalapeno pepper. I pruned those back after they died back, and they're now coming back up, and the jalapeno pepper is actually blooming, and it'll be setting some jalapenos shortly. On the shelf here I have seedlings, which will go out in the beds in the next few days. There's kale, Swiss chard, spinach, bunching onions. There's a sweet potato that's there to develop into slips. And over in this other one I have tomatoes, bell peppers, and eggplants growing. And of course I have my houseplants are always in here. These are all Christmas cactus of different colors. So spring is on the way, and we'll be getting the gardens going in the near future. This plant in the corner is a fuchsia plant that was brought in for the winter, so it wouldn't die back. It's getting ready to bloom again. So, in the back is the arbor with 2 more raised beds. These grow things like cucumbers, squash, and excuse me, pole beans that like to climb on the arbor. Those are simply cattle panels that I put up between the 2 raised beds to create the arbor. These are bluebird houses next to it, which I have one nest already in use, and she gets upset when I come out here and bother her. But I haven't planted anything yet in here. I'll be getting sugar snap peas in there in the next week or 2, and they'll be growing up over the arbor. Still have 2 compost tumblers. They're both full, but one of them needs to be emptied, and I have the 3-bay compost bin here. These plants down here coming up are what they call resurrection lilies or magic lilies. They get the leaves in the spring and then they die back, and then they magically bloom in July or August again. On these 2 poles here are trellises where I'll be growing sweet potatoes. It's another angle of the tomato cages here. So that's pretty much the early spring tour of the gardens, and things are getting ready to get started here. Happy gardening.